You guys are gonna have to deal with a really tired Phil today. It's just the way it is. Anyway, morning, Silvio. Hey, Kavik. What's up, Rob? Bastard, not for not being here. Hi, Imre. Hey, yeah, it's Friday night. It's hangout time, so we're pretty much just gonna hang out here, talk some stuff, see what we can come up with. I'm currently looking at the Bitcoin charts and pulled some trend lines, etc., etc. So I thought, why not just look at it and see. Tired Phil is still better than most others out there. Sure. Thanks. But yeah, probably right. You know, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So Rob is not here today. He's been doing some fucking shit ton of work this week. And he's not even home yet, so he's not here. But I think we'll survive without Rob. We did survive pretty well when he was in Thailand. So yeah, we're probably good. Let's jump directly over to the Bitcoin charts because I want to. So yeah, we created this training channel right here. When we failed here, and hopefully, I mean, it's for now. It's looking like it might actually bounce on these two little 4-hourly candles right here, which would be nice because then we've created that, that higher low that we've been looking for. But obviously, we have to break the trend, which is the bowling arrow, which is going to turn out to be something like that if we continue going up. And then we need to crack through this as well. So yeah, we got the weekend to show us that we want to go up. And weekends tend to actually be fairly bullish. So that's good. And we'll see. But yeah, and I'm actually using one of our tools that we've built, which is this one right here. I might as well show these to everybody right now because this weekend we're actually going to publish them. And so this one is a new one that we kind of just did on a whim. And it's very simple. It's just a multi-tool. So we've currently put in 5 different indicators into one here, so that even if you're using a free trading view, you'll be able to see currently 5. So if I put everything on like this, it will cluster up the whole charts quite a bit. But the idea is so that you can use this for the big important price action, the ones that plot on the screen like this, and then you can have your secondary here, which is with the free ones you get, with the free trading view account you get 2 indicators basically at the same time. So that's why we created this, so you can get 5 on here and then 1 down here. We might be putting together another one where we can so you can flick between whatever pane you want down here. So if you want the stochastic RSI or the regular RSI, or if you want the awesome oscillator or the MACD or whatever, we're probably going to make sure that you can just flick between them down there. We'll see how that goes though. No promises yet on that one, but this one's pretty nice. We put in the Bollinger Bands and the Super Trend. Those are usually my two that I like to plot at the same time because they don't clutter up the charts too much. The Gaussian channel is right here as well. We got the VWAP right here, which I'm not gonna get into any of these now, but then we got the 3 EMAs here as well. And you can actually, this is my current settings that I have, but all the settings are here. You can add and remove for the VWAP, for example, and you can change your settings for the Bollingers and everything right here. So they work just like any other indicator would if they were just sitting on the screen as normal. So just to simplify your life a little bit, and that's what we do, sort of. Either way, Bitcoin is looking kind of it's looking kind of bearish here, I'm not gonna lie, but if we can move through here and move up again during the weekend, um, then that's that is stuff that obviously there's no promises because every time we've done that, this type of thing happens. So we've just been going sideways, just as predicted months and months ago. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what we do. I mean, we still have on the 4 hourly is where Bitcoin has been playing its game lately. You can see how it's been playing the Bollinger Band on the 4 hourly, the blue line right there. And now it fell through, and now it's failed it right there and right here. And so it's kind of playing the 4 hourly downtrend here for now. So we need to crack through that Bollinger right there. Something like that, first of all. I'm not sure what it looks like on the hourly. We can check that too. But as you can see, it's not really playing the hourly in any type of way. It's more like it's playing the super trend on the hourly rather than the Bollinger. Super trend for me is not really something that I trust in such a way that I would use as an indicator to kind of be the one that people are playing on. Usually people use the Bollinger Bands more. But sure, why not, right? We failed it here on the hourly, right here as well. So maybe that's the thing as well. But for now, I'm kind of just waiting for that. As you can see, the Bollinger Band it's not playing on it at all. But for now, with these two, with this trend line right here, we're doing pretty good for now. We'll see if it cracks. If it does, then good. If it doesn't, where's the target? I don't know. Double bottom again, 60. Potentially. Hi, Imre. I see you. But yeah. There we go. That looks better. Ooh, is that a cat? Nope. Let's see what we can do as well. Go out to the daily and look at the Bollinger and all that stuff. We still have, on the daily, we kind of cracked through the Bollinger, but then it just failed it right away, which is not great. Even though I don't think the Bollinger plays much of a role in the Bitcoin price on the daily right now. But yeah, and I suppose the next target, if we do crack down from here, is this trend line, because that's a very long-term trend line, or the fairly long-term. That's the whole exponential move trend line that we got right there. Will it hold? Maybe not. Although the RSI doesn't have much room to move. I mean, okay, yeah, it does have a little bit to move, and it looks like that daily RSI trend that we were talking about, it might just want to retest that. You know what I mean? If I open this up just a tad, you see what I mean here, that it's cracked through and now it's coming down and bouncing on it again, potentially. But hey, who knows? It's very hard to tell right now because we've been sideways for so long now. But it's looking very similar to this area right here, which is kind of what we expected. And I think that's what we talked about a bunch as well. But yeah, if we come back and touch this trend line, we're looking at maybe 58K again. Yeah, let's call it 50. Yeah, 58 maybe, 59. And that's, nice, cool. Then hopefully we hold that, because otherwise it's like, for me, I don't see this area as any important support. The important support comes on this green line right here at 48.3, 48.5, something like that. And if we crack this, then yeah, why not? Why not go to 48? Scare the heck out of people, right? I wouldn't be particularly happy because I have a long position at the moment, but I can still add to that for quite some time, so it's fine. But I'd rather see it just turn right here and just go. Yeah, we'll see. In terms of ETH, it's following this still. Failed the Bollinger as well. And yeah, ETH is kind of on its way down towards this. I mean, if Bitcoin moves down to 58 or something, ETH is certainly going to like at least retest this golden pocket right here. If we pull a fib though, let's pull a fib the right way here, just for the lulz, right? I mean, it lines up with this, with the 3.382, with the 0.382 on the golden pocket the same way. So yeah, ETH 2,800. If Bitcoin keeps breaking down, why not? That's probably a good buy. Solana, I mean, we've already touched, you know, the 118 mark, 119 mark, and kind of bounced a few times on this fib right here, which is this top as well. I don't see why we couldn't double bottom here, you know, come down again, and then move. I'd rather it not. And this trend line, by the way, is completely broken now and completely ignored, basically. I mean, it's still playing around it, but it's like it's not using it for any type of important bounce or anything like that. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with Solana as well. Let's do a fib level on this, though. Let's do it from down here, I would say, is when the trend started. And yeah, that's probably why it bounced here, because this fib level lines up with this peak and everything. So that makes sense to me. Are we going to go to the next level, 81? I don't think so. I mean, the daily RSI, everything is reset. Everything is back to like pump times, at least on the daily. Rip mic? Is the mic broken now? Don't tell me it is. I need to know. Oh, it's back. Okay, thank you, Imre. I wonder why it does that. I mean, the setup is as clean as it is. It shouldn't be doing that. That's weird. Anyway, hopefully you didn't miss anything important. Injective. Also looking pretty bad here. In terms of the trend, Injective actually they have a new update with their tokenomics, which is quite interesting. I'm not going to get into that too much today, but it should make it more deflationary, which should move the price. But then again, is that going to be sustainable? We'll have to wait and see. If you are invested in Injective, I suggest you go in and get all the information you can on that, on the latest tokenomics update. Render, same thing. Like all the alts are just completely. Oh, hold on. No, Rob is spamming me now. Seems like Rob might be joining us anyway. Yeah, alts overall are just pretty much, they're not holding up against Bitcoin, essentially. I mean, Solana versus Bitcoin. Okay, Solana is kind of flat against it for a while here, but yeah, there's nothing super impressive going on in terms of the price action for alts versus Bitcoin. It's just Bitcoin is just dominating everything. Hence the reason to why I basically only watch the Bitcoin charts, really. There's no point watching anything else at this point. Yeah, at Rob, don't spam Rob. I don't know why he does that. Although I gotta admit, today I spammed the heck out of him. Me and Plippy, we were both spamming each other with completely useless messages in Discord. And Rob just did his best to ignore it. But hey, what can I say? We do mess around. There we go. There he is. The IKEA man.
That's me, is it?
So you did find yourself out.
Huh?
You found your way out.
I did.
Yay.
I've been in for 7 days. I've been in since the last stream.
Yeah, you've been... Oh, well, that would be from Monday. So on Tuesday morning, you went to IKEA and you've got out now. Is that it?
Yes, pretty much.
Nice, cool. Awesome. That's perfect. Yeah, I've just been talking some smack about EA. And because I didn't think you would make it in here, but you did.
Well, yeah, I'm here.
Yay.
Just about. I'm not staying all night, but I thought I'd say hello.
Neither am I.
No.
I think this one is going to be one of those 45-minute ones or something.
Just say, because, and I mentioned this, we are at 98 subs. Does anybody have 2 people that we can get so we can get 100 subs live on stream? Come on, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would be cool.
Nice.
So like
go
2 more. Just
go get your moms.
Yeah, I mean, ideally people that will watch us, but I mean, we'll take the number.
Yeah.
Just for
just for the sake of having 100 would be cool.
Yeah.
Because 100 people is more than 98.
What will we get, Imre? You'll get our everlasting thanks, and you'll get to see us go on stream.
Yeah, and we will add this movement as well. So.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck? What's happening right now? Anyway, how was work, sir? You have fun?
So much fun.
Yeah.
I've spent 2 days trying to fix a script because there was too many tabs in it. And when I say too many tabs, I mean there was 1 tab in a notepad file that stopped my code working for a day.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
It's not.
No, it is. It's good though, because the problem was tiny, which means it would have been worse if you were like, yeah, you have to rewrite the whole thing. You'd be like, oh crap.
Yeah. No, well, that was what. Yeah, yesterday was basically the diagnostic that confirmed that I'm not stupid. So it was like, okay, I'm not doing the wrong thing. There's something like wrong that we need to work out here, and we found it. I found it this morning. So, yeah.
Good. Well, that's good. I'm happy with something simple, and we this weekend we have talked about publishing the indicators that are actually.
I will
done
say, there we go.
Waiting.
It just doesn't matter. Imre says it. I see 100. So here you go. We have 100 subscribers on Crypto Talks. So
do we?
We do. Refresh.
I don't trust Imre.
Do you do? No, I checked.
Oh, you did? Okay.
100 subs. 3, 2, 1.
Yay! Yeah, cool. Thank you for that.
This is our 94th video, by the way. So
yeah. I do want to say though, like,
yeah,
for a lot of, like, if you look around on YouTube, you see these people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers and tens of thousands and thousands and whatever. It's like, and then people say, oh, 1,000 subs is not a lot. And then we look at our 100 and we say, you know what? Have you ever stood in a room and tried to talk in front of 100 people? That's a lot of people, man. So thank you.
Do. So thank you very much. And I know we do have like quite a lot of people. You know, it's the same. It's a lot of our people that are talking in the chat, the same ones every day. But you know, we've seen sometimes it's like, oh, great, 7 people watching, 8 people, 12 people. Like, yeah, it is growing. So thank you very much. It's slow but steady. But I think the feedback we get from you guys is like really important because it tells us what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. And like this, we know at the moment we are very like time constrained and very limited. So like we're doing all right with the production quality we can with the time and ability and money we have. But like that's only going to get better, and we are learning. So great! Like yay! So how many videos is it going to take to get us to 200?
I don't know. That's difficult. The question is it easier to get from 0 to 100 than 100 to 200?
So in theory, it should. be like it should be the time it takes to get from 50 to 100 should be the time taken to get from 100 to 200. So
is that Imre saying that I need to not shave my face until we have 200 subs? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
I am not accepting that.
That's what I'm saying. I've got enough. I made an attempt.
I made an attempt to grow from like the end of the summer to until Christmas one year, and it was not a good look because my stash grows in pretty well, but there's a hole in the middle kind of, and then I have one. It's like I have a nutsack on my neck, on my chin as well, because there's a hole in the middle. So I have like two little balls here, and then I have the reversed, Führer.
Make Rob shave his beard. Hang on a minute. What are you going like? No, that's like that. What is just like a celebration? Like, what am I doing it for? Just for
wait.
Hello?
So then we have a solution. If Rob shaves his facial hair and sends it to me in the mail, I'll just glue it on my face, and then I've grown a beard and he's shaved his beard.
Yes.
Yeah, for subs. Shave beards for subs.
Right, okay, so come on then. Bring me subs. How does that work?
Yeah, bring us all the subs.
All the subs.
Yeah, I know we're ridiculous. Oh wait. I clicked the wrong thing. No, so but anyway, yeah, seriously, like a lot of people might look and say 100 subs is not a lot, but for us it is a lot because it's 100 people. And I've been on a stage having, I've done lectures in front of 50 people, and that feels like a lot when they're in the room. And having 100 people dedicated on YouTube to actually watch our long form stuff is pretty cool. And on TikTok, we now have 220 something, and we are going to start as soon as we've released our indicators and all that stuff, so that there's less strain on our brains for that. I'm going to start creating TikTok specific content on TikTok, which is going to be super short videos. We're not going to be clipping anything from these unless there's something really good from these long form stuff, long form videos. Because these live ones are kind of just us hanging out with our community. That's what we want to do, and then we can use, TikTok as our kind of just spread our faces on the internet type thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see, because we've gotten some good pointers from some really smart people in terms of the TikTok stuff. We just haven't implemented that yet because of time constraints. And actually, it's more the I'm exhausted after work thing rather than the time thing. Because, yeah, we work a lot, unfortunately. And Linda, why aren't you joining TikTok? Of course you're joining TikTok. That's the funnest thing. You can scroll for days.
Yeah.
Yes,
you know who Linda is, right?
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
But still.
Don't give her TikTok. Don't give my mother TikTok.
Come on, Linda. Go for TikTok. It's going to be fun.
It's it's the same.
All of the videos on TikTok are super serious and very adult, like grown up, not childish at all.
Phil, completely unironically, remember in 2019 when we were all laughing at people doing TikTok dances, and now we're there going, yay, we have 100 subscribers on YouTube. While there's people with like 8 billion likes on TikTok. So can I just say that brain rot has officially won this decade. We've had meme coins, TikTok dances. The world has changed, and yeah, I think we 100 IQ'd it. We needed to either 50 IQ it or 150 IQ it. That's the It's Rob's crypto tip number 578. Never be 100 IQ. Never ever be 100 IQ.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should start doing TikTok dances while we talk about crypto. That would get views.
No, it wouldn't.
Grown men being fucking silly as hell.
No,
of course it wouldn't get views, Rob. I'm just messing with you. Come on.
Nobody wants that.
And I would never do it. I don't.
It would get the opposite of views.
You know, I did I did see a trend on TikTok lately, which has been one of the it's random. This is Friday Night Hangout. It's not necessarily only crypto, okay? Just bear that in mind. So I saw this trend on TikTok where people were, it's like, show me your completely useless talent. And I'm like, if I post this through, I have a talent, okay? And if I post it on TikTok as a response to that, and we go viral because of that, I'm quitting crypto. But yeah, I can show you the trick and you can tell me, chat, if you think I should post it as a response. You ready? Okay.
I wish I could slap you on that bald fucking head right now.
I mean, I don't know anyone who can do that though.
Just
What, don't you have a talent? Poor Rob. Poor Rob. He's never gonna forgive me. Imagine crypto TikToks going viral because of that. That would be hilarious. If we in one day get 10,000 followers on TikTok because I fart with my eye.
right, there you go. 1,000 subs. Right, that's what I want you to do for our first live. I just want you like on live.
For the entire live, I'll just sit there.
With the chart behind you, just like
Yeah.
that's it. That's the whole.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's your talent that's gonna give us the 10,000 subs?
Global macroeconomic analysis, hopefully.
Oh come on. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All my talents are useful.
See, look at this. That could be the intro for Crypto Talks. Yeah, I'll try to learn how to play notes with my eye farts, and then we can do, or the background music here. One day we'll just change it to eye farts. That would be perfect, probably. Yep. Okay, cool. Next. So, by the way, the Fed has been talking about not talking about it, but a lot of analysts have been talking about how the Fed will not cut rates in May or June because they can't exactly, and I think we've already talked about it too.
I mean, it's a difficult one because as we mentioned, like our kind of aim was that yes, inflation's going to start to cool off, but the caveat for that was make sure that you are watching the bond yields. The bond yields will tell you whether or not the charts are able, whether or not we're able to cut, whether we're in a position to. So I'll just, I'm not presenting at the moment. I'll just.
I like that we're getting tips from the audience here. Squeezing zits get lots of views.
Great.
Thank you. We'll think about that for the TikTok videos. In the background, just somebody squeezing zits.
We got cat fight.
Oh no.
It's fine. Got it.
Join in.
Yeah. So there you go. Do you want to stick my screen up?
Yes.
A sec for our lovely chart. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. And so yeah, we know what this chart is. 10-year bond yield. Let's just take it off log because it makes no sense. And yeah, so as we've seen, we talked about it endlessly that the prevailing trend for the last 40 or so years has been that way. And this basically, driven by debt, demographics, it's all deflationary. So that's kind of really a bit worrying because that's what means the US government is now paying over $1 trillion in interest on its debt. And the whole basis of cutting is, people think that it's a good thing for markets when rates get cut. No. Rates cut because the long-term bond yields start coming down. People start saying, we don't trust anything else other than cash. And what's the best way to get cash? You buy US bonds, which is basically dollars that yield 4.669% currently. So you don't hold cash if you're big, you hold bonds. And if people are moving into bonds as a safe haven because they want cash, then that pushes the bond yield down. If the bond yield goes down, then that's what drives the interest rate. So it's the economic activity that should be driving the interest rate down if the economy is weakening. So far, the soft landing narrative's playing out strong in the sense that there's no real immediate recessionary signs. That all the dominoes are still in place. I think eventually something's gonna, one domino's gonna fall eventually, and that's gonna lead to bad things. But this has been going on for 4 years now. This trend is not immediately looking like it's going to change. And while it doesn't change, the Fed are stuck. And if they have to keep hiking, then they'll hike.
Yeah.
And that's if they continue to hike into economic weakness, that's very bad for markets typically.
Yeah.
We're Bitcoiners though, and if Bitcoin is in a secular trend, quite honestly, it's going to carry on until the macro picture trend changes. So, if we, right now, are we going to enter into another bear market? I don't think so. I think if we're going to have, I don't think we're going to have a 2022 style year-long downtrend. I don't think there's any room for it. If there's going to be a move down, it's going to be a wipeout. It's going to be a COVID crash type move. And for people that say, oh yeah, the COVID crash was a black swan, yes, it was, in the sense that it made more people try to sell at once because there was a lot more uncertainty. Do we feel certain now? Do we really know what's going on? Like, uncertainty weighs in in different formats, and it may not be a black swan, but if people decide they're taking profits, they're getting out the market, and the liquidations start, those liquidations aren't going to stop until we are cheaper. So it's going to happen. Like, it's not something that you can call. I love I just love the best response I ever saw on a Peter Schiff tweet. And it was no, but it was just to say Peter Schiff has correctly predicted 43 of the last 3 recessions, and that's the problem with being a kind of doom monger, is that you can spend 4 years being wrong, and then it happens, and you go, "Look, told you so," and that's kind of where we are now. Like, literally where we are now. We've been doom speaking for a year. Things aren't getting better in the big picture, but everything kind of looks rosy on the numbers. So until things go wrong, it's only when things go wrong that we discover how wrong they are. Because while everybody can pay their debts, nobody is worried about paying their debts. It's only when people can't afford to pay their debts, and suddenly creditors go, I'm not getting this money. How do I pay the people that I owe money to? And the chain goes over and over and over again. And this is the problem: is all of these assets, and that applies to US bonds as well. We think US bonds are sort of gold standard investments. For those who don't know what the term rehypothecation means, it means using the same asset as collateral over and over and over again. And banks do this. Banks do this in a very, very big way. For example, like, they have US treasuries. With those US treasuries, they need to lend out money. So they lend out money. People then give them that amount of money. They're still rolling over the bonds, but they then use that profit to buy mortgage-backed securities. And it's just leverage on leverage on leverage. And as they get into profit, they lever up more and more and more. And it's fine because, we've got loads of collateral underpinning all of these assets. Our collateral's fine. We've got plenty of money, until everybody starts to cash in. And, everything, we see it in every market. It will happen in the macro landscape again. 2022 was a big devaluation, and then since then we've popped up to all-time highs on the back of what? Financial conditions aren't any looser than they were. Financial conditions are now a lot tighter than they were in 2021, and yet the stock market is at all-time, or has just come down from all-time highs. That does it really warrant? Are earnings up? Is the economy really roaring in any meaningful way? Does everybody feel richer? Have you got more money in your pocket? Is your debt burden down? Are you not worried about your credit card bills because you've got plenty of money left every month? Because those are signs of a strong economy, and it really doesn't feel like that. So
No,
yeah.
People are. I don't know a single person that's not, if they have a loan, that's not struggling right now. Not one. And I live in Sweden, so yeah, it's not great. Although I'd like to just super quick. I did have a look at the CBBI, which is kind of an aggregate of all these different macro indicators, and every time there's been a Bitcoin peak, it has gotten up to at least 98, I believe, or 97. No, 98. And we're currently at 70 right now. So overall, we still have ways to move up. And then just looking at the MVRV score, hopefully that's viewable. As you can see, we have ways to move up to the red area right here, which is where we usually peak out. Right here and right here, and so on. So for me, I mean, the MVRV score is something that a lot of people use. And if you want a more detailed version of everything, it's at colintalkscrypto.com/CBBI. And this is just these 9 different macro indicators that will just aggregate into one. And that gives you a pretty decent measurement. This has been accurate as heck for ever since inception. I think he started making this in 2013, 14, I think, or something like that. So yeah, I like this one. It doesn't mean that we can't get one of these type of, we get a peak right here and then we fall down, because we did talk about
that's what we're hoping for, really.
Honestly, yeah, because if we can get a slowdown or reset of the weekly, which has always been the one, resetting the daily indicators is one thing, but when you look at these, you get these waves. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
The weekly is.
I like the weekly sat up there, very nice and high. I'm quite worried about the weekly being where it is. I want it to stay up there for months and months and months, not come down. Because
but generally speaking, it doesn't stay up there for that long. I mean, it does stay. I mean, it stayed for a while. It stayed longer now.
Every time it's crossed down, okay, so let's have a look here. Every time it's gone into the level of overbought that it has and crossed down,
can do this.
What happens to price afterwards? Because 2017 isn't really comparable, because those were very short, sharp spikes.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. So yeah, these ones are just very strange, but I tend to kind of just look from 2018 and onwards, and this is the only time we've had it.
I would say 2011 to 2014 is equally valid.
Yeah, okay, sure. Fine. But still, you see, it doesn't stay that very long. We've been in this area for longer.
Exactly. So hence my reasoning. I would argue that this is the point that Bitcoin really needs to think about bouncing if it wants to carry on moving in a proper bull market, a proper Bitcoin bull market of up only. If we don't, and if we start moving back down and starting making a few lower highs on this weekly, or even on the 3 daily, on those sort of timeframes, then this might be the case for a couple of months. And right now, there's a lot of I'm hearing a mention of Hong Kong ETFs, and they're gonna come along and they're gonna dwarf the US size ones. Maybe they will. If they do, then great. They're gonna launch, and it's gonna be a perfect position for it to bounce. So yeah, this is the point. I'm quite heavily long at the moment, and I know it's a good long. I know it's a good long because it's scary.
Yeah, I mean, the reason for me, it's like they're never going to be exactly the same as a previous market. It's not going to happen. but the pattern itself, I mean, during this entire bull run here in 2015 and onwards, we had this up and down through, on the RSI between, let's call it 53 up to 90, up and down for a long time, right? Right now, we've been doing that since, well, we started that sort of pattern, but on a much less volatile scale. We've come back down once under the 70 mark, and then it's turned back up again. Is that going to be the case now that we're going to make these bounces on top of the 70 line on the weekly? Maybe, but it's still normally, or at least last time, we had this big pump, we had a side move down, and then it began again. I don't know if we need that cool down all the way down there. Maybe we just need to hit the 50 mark once during this, and that means we can go sideways, because the RSI, in 14 weeks, it would put the RSI back to the midline, right? Is that going to be the case? Don't know. I'm quite bullish on the Hong Kong ETF because there's a lot of wealth there, and mainline China, or whatever you call it, has access to that. They will have access to that ETF. So yeah, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of buying there. Maybe not on the scale of the American ETFs, but adding even half or even 10% of the ETF initial buying power will move us up. I'm fairly certain. I'm not going to promise anything, but
mainland China investors will not be able to buy Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs, according to Cointelegraph.
That's weird, because I heard something entirely different from another source. That's weird. I guess we'll have to look into that better.
Fortune's headline: Hong Kong crypto ETFs will be nickel and dimes compared with the US ones.
Yeah, I would say so as well. It's not going to be. It's not going to be. What is it? It's 26 billion in 60 days.
So then there is the potential for a buy the rumor, sell the news event on this.
Probably.
And
could be
that. So that if it launches and the volume is disappointing, and the US ETFs don't start really stepping up and kicking in with some volume again, which, as mentioned, it may be that we've seen the volume, we've had the initial allocation happens, and now the next time we see a glug of volume will probably be late June, early July. Why? Quarterly earnings. People will look at and people will just rebalance every quarter. So if Bitcoin's we may now start seeing a lot more quarterly price action in Bitcoin, whereby if it has a particularly bad quarter, I know you see that anyway, but you may see it sort of moving a bit more now, where, okay, it gets to March, it's really cheap. It then starts and has a really good June, July, August kind of thing. April, May, June, then July, August, September, etc. So we'll see. But it's been several weeks now, and after a move up the size that we've seen, I was hoping for a bit more acceleration, because I know that's the same time, but from the all-time high, having broken the all-time high and come down, we're now about 4 weekly red candles in, languishing around that all-time high area. I'm not getting bearish, but now is the point we really need to start moving upwards, because otherwise things are getting into reset territory where once they start resetting, they tend to reset, and that means at the very least weeks more sideways, or if it wants to hurry up, 48k. And let's not rule it out. Like I say, I am long right now, but I'm not stupid. I won't be I won't be holding these longer than I need to if it looks like it's turning. And zooming in a bit, I'm seeing like 4 hourly, 1 hour. It does look bottomy. So
yeah, it does. I mean, just the lines that I had drawn here, just that trend line, between this. To me, this green candle is a bit too small for me to go yay.
But
again, it's like
It's a very typical pattern. It's such a typical pattern.
And it's, you know, I think instead of looking at the technicals for this, one of the biggest outflows in terms of Bitcoin currently, and the biggest sell pressure is coming from GBTC still. It's still dumping. I think yesterday it dumped 156 mil. And today I think it was 134 mil, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but it's like, it's gonna carry on dumping. It's dumped half of the bag now. It was 620,000 Bitcoins. Now it's 300,000.
So if the ETFs are taking up that pressure, then it's a net neutral. In which case, In which case,
we'd rather have it be net positive instead of the dumping, right?
I don't know. I quite like the idea that right now we are testing the valuation of Bitcoin without the ETFs. Do we need the ETFs constantly pumping in billions of dollars to move above 70k? If that's the case, if that's what the case is, Bitcoin is not worth 70k. And when they stop buying, which would be either macro led, it will be blow off top led, something will make them stop buying and start selling. And when that happens, if we can't support ourselves, then welcome back 50k after seeing 150k top. You know, let's the higher it goes, the more percentage it's got to fall. And right now, I'm not, you don't sell before the halving, so it doesn't matter what price it is now. I'm not a seller of Bitcoin. I'm very happy to, I've accumulated the low end of this range. I'm happy with those holds. Great. But at the same time, it's not looking looking aggressively bullish, and it would be really nice if we were actually having some sort of signs that things want to get momentum upwards, and I ain't seeing it yet.
Yeah, no, so, I mean, just looking at, if I'm looking at the, I'll put this on the screen as well. Just looking at the rainbow charts here. Never mind all the colors and all that, but the first halving, it pumped after the halving. The second one, we dumped after the halving. Third one, we dumped a little bit. You can barely see
it. We dumped just before the halving. So
yeah, exactly. We dumped here. That happened instead. So the dump was already there.
I would say what is more valid is the fact that after hitting a high of 12,000 before the halving, we then came down and spent several months at 8,000 before we started to move up.
Yeah.
So for kind of in certain terms, terms of the range that we went to, I mean, look at 2021. What would have happened if we hadn't have had the China mining ban? I would assume we would have gone a lot higher than 70k. So it may actually be that where we are right now is still the equivalent of kind of 12, 14k in previous cycle terms. And we might actually have 6 months worth of just boring, choppy trade in this range, because that's what happened last time, and the time before, and the time before. No halving has instantly jumped into a bull market. There were multiple months of sideways afterwards. So
exactly,
be patient, guys. History says this is your last 6 months or so of accumulation before things go nuts. You've seen a lot of things get absolutely wrecked in the last few weeks. Though this is the pre-bull market pump. This is not what euphoria looks like. Right now, this is not,
like I said,
like
I said, with the big indicators, the ones that, the pi cycle tops, the MBRV score, the CPBI, all these things, all the big ones. If you're looking at the long-term holders and which cohorts are accumulating, the big wallet cohorts right now are the ones that are accumulating right here. I've been looking at that quite a bit, and for me that says, okay, the big rich people are accumulating right now. Why are we?
Do that?
Maybe I should do the same, right?
Yes,
because they're not going to be buying this range and then dump it with basically no profits. Like, hello, no. So my thinking is, as soon as GBTC stops dumping, that's going to put a very net positive, constant bid from both the the Asian ETFs and the American ETFs. And on top of that, things will have a time to kind of reset in the indicators as well, and
And so we've had 50% or so dumped out of GBTC so far in roughly, I'm gonna say about 3 months. How long the ETF's
Yes.
been going now? 3 months or so?
70 days.
Okay, yeah. So maybe then, over the next, if it continues to dump, I would say that the rate would probably say halve. So let's say we've got another 150,000 worth of dumping to come in the next
70 trading days,
6 months.
106 days, 70 something trading days, and then 106 days total.
So
give or take 3 months.
Give or take 3 months, and half that GBTC is gone. So let's just say the rate does reduce, and also we've had the initial allocation from the ETF, so those two kind of cancel out. So now we get to see a reduced rate of GBTC dumping, and we'll see reduced ETF pressure. So eventually that GBTC pressure goes, the ETF pressure remains. So now what we should start to see over the next, and it literally might be 6 months, and people really do need to look, just be patient. It's not over, and this is the point in time to really watch what Bitcoin dominance is doing, because are you going to get continually wrecked by investing in altcoins? If Bitcoin goes sideways for three months, altcoins might do really, really well. They might do absolutely terribly. So it's this is one of those pivot points of the market. It's as I mentioned, my plan was always get my majority Bitcoin to all-time high, then reassess. Now I'm in that reassessment period. I'm looking at this and I'm going, I still favor Bitcoin. There are very few altcoins that I'm looking at. I mean, don't get me wrong, loads of altcoins are going to outpace Bitcoin. Hundreds of them are going to outpace Bitcoins. The problem is, yes, I don't know which ones are going to do it that I can reliably turn around and say, I'm getting a better deal here than I am with Bitcoin, taking everything into account. Because I know that I can leverage trade Bitcoin, and I know that Bitcoin isn't going to collapse 60% on a liquidity wick on Binance, because it's got liquidity. So, that's I'm just making the decision that, this is not the time to be taking huge amounts of risk, because it's uncertain.
This is accumulation. I mean,
it is.
I look at it this way. This is yes, I'm still trading coin margin futures because I want to, but still, the idea here is we're going sideways. That's accumulation. Why do you think it's called accumulation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you move up, that's when you go long, and when we have a downtrend, that's when you go short. If you're going to be trading, do it when the big moves happen. You should, trying to trade a sideways market is kind of difficult unless it's very predictable. And
sometimes
for most people it isn't. So but I was just gonna say GBTC is about to get passed by IBIT, so BlackRock, in terms of Bitcoin holdings, which is hilarious to me,
which is delightful.
Yes.
But I tell you what. So here's something to note, and this shows it really clear. No, put it back.
What?
Before these ETFs launched, GBTC was the entire of that square.
Yeah.
They've lost half, and IBIT have pretty much exactly replaced them. Add on the BitO at the bottom there, you've got basically that is what GBTC had before. So all of those other ones, that's all new. That's the net capital of 200 and you're probably talking something like 250,000 Bitcoin there.
So currently it's 580,000 Bitcoins in the new ETFs.
Yeah.
I believe.
Which, so that's it. If you want the visualization of how much new capital has come in,
it's all this.
It's all that. You're talking about 50% or so of GBTC of just fresh money has come in, or now basically the entirety of GBTC. That's roughly how much money's come in 3 months. Yeah. How much is going to come in 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
And the rate will slow down. It definitely will slow down. You get the initial spike, and then you start to get month after month after month.
Yeah.
These are just going to keep getting bigger.
A very good analyst that I watch a lot, which is James from Invest Answers. His giga bull case in a year was if the ETFs could get 50 billion of inflows. And we're at 26 billion right now after 3 months. I mean, come on. That's impressive. It's not a bad thing. It just sucks. If GBTC had not been selling at all, it would be a lot better. That's just the truth. But
but that was it. GBTC that shows if GBTC weren't selling, that would show that there were 300,000 more Bitcoin in demand than there are.
Yeah.
That's it. The simple fact is there is not more than 250,000 or so Bitcoins new demand. That is what the demand has been in 3 months.
Yep.
That is utterly sensational. But it's a small time frame. This is going to keep on going in over time, and we're not going to get smaller.
Yeah, I was going to try to find. It's funny because on coinglass.com, you can go to exchanges and you can look at all these things, but there's no button to get to the balance on exchanges, although you can write something like coinglass.com/balance or something, and then you get to it, but you can't get to it through clicking on the website, as far as I can tell, which is annoying the heck out of me. Or if you can, it's not where you would expect it to be, which is under exchanges, right? And it's, I don't know, it's starting to piss me off now because I'm trying to find the balance on exchanges here. And last time I checked, it was 1.7 million.
It's going to be roughly that. It won't have changed significantly.
Yeah, it's changed from 2 million to this year. It was 2 million. Now it's 1.7 million.
The South China Morning Post is saying that they will launch the funds on April the 30th.
Yes, the 30th is where
confirmed. Great.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
So now, this is where you do kind of want to see. Then, I would be very surprised if Bitcoin goes down in the next few days on the back of this. It's going to launch on what's it going to launch on Tuesday?
Yeah, it's going to be Tuesday. Yeah.
So you've got the weekend.
For us. Yeah.
It'll be Tuesday. It'll be early Tuesday morning.
Yep.
So on that basis, you've got the weekend for people to go, do I want to get in before them? I would like to think that more people are going to want to buy before a massive ETF launch than will want to sell. So hopefully we should have a green week, and then Monday will be very interesting. So I think I will be considering tightening up my stop losses around Monday and Tuesday, not because I don't think it's going to necessarily go up, but because I'm expecting chunky volatility if they do launch. And maybe they just launch and we just go vertical, and it's 80,000 on Tuesday morning when we wake up. Who knows?
Yeah. It's hard to say. Either way, right? Like before, when I started the stream, I said I looked at this on the 4-hourly on Bitcoin, and I said, yeah, currently, currently we have a higher low, right? If this moves up from here, then that's confirmed, because I want to break this Bollinger to reverse the trend before I say it's actually bounced. But at this point in time, it's looking like it's reversing the trend here. But even so, the overall trend currently, short term, is essentially this, give or take, right? That's a channel. If it reverses here, cool. If it doesn't, But yeah, generally speaking, that's all I got, really, honestly.
Yeah.
What else do I need, really, than that?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
And so say it is really, really simple from here. If it pumps, great. If it not, it's probably coming all the way back down to 60, because there's,
I have a limit order there.
I'm just, it's a downtrend, so yeah. Do you want it there? I'd be putting it just below, I'd be trying to.
Well, it's
I'll
not on
definitely have some
60.
order No,
It's at
I'm thinking
58.7,
59.
I think.
Oh, at 58.7. That's good.
I
No,
think
that's
so,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Got that wick territory, bruh.
yeah.
Gotta get
Well,
get the
yeah.
stock hunters to give me my Bitcoin.
Yes, please.
All right, should we wrap this up? I feel
shall.
like we should
Ooh,
because it's
I've,
getting late. And
I'm
you,
blurry.
yeah, you're blurry. Yeah, nice.
Still blurry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Where's my mouse? There it is. Yeah, my microphone here is covering where my mouse is, so sometimes I just miss it. But yeah, we're done for today, guys. It was a nice Friday hangout. We did it an hour long. Perfect, I think.
Yeah.
And as usual, like, subscribe, all that stuff.
And happy 100 subscriber day.
Happy 100 subscriber day. Great. We'll see you guys in Discord, I hope. I'm expecting to see at least
at least
bunch.
100 people.
At least every subscriber on both TikTok and YouTube to be there. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.